Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Josh and Artemis Show. Got a good one tonight.
Yeah, we're going to get into all of this Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk murder. A lot of it doesn't really add up to us, so we're going to get into it, have a discussion with you all as well. We did a show last night talking about the Charlie Kirk Memorial. We gave our reaction to that, and on the stream, we were saying, I think we need answers now. I think the time's coming where, we've grieved, and I think, we're at a point now where we need to find these answers as to what really happened to Charlie Kirk, because clearly we're not being told the full story as to what happened on that day. There's a lot of conflicting evidence, a lot of lack of evidence, a lot of things which don't add up with the story, and a lot of lies which have been told for the past few days as well. So we're going to get into all of that and have a discussion with you all. So we're looking forward to the show today.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe to our show on YouTube. If you're watching from X, give us a follow and help support the show. We go live from Monday to Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Just bringing you the news, really, and just giving our thoughts and opinions on everything going on. And there's a lot going on. So, yeah, obviously we don't have all the answers, but we're investigating it.
For sure.
We're curious creatures. So, yeah, follow along the ride.
That's it. So we'll share our screen, guys. We'll get into this for you. So, yeah, I mean, Candace Owens, as usual, this is what she does. She goes deep into all things conspiracy, and rightly so, in my opinion, because people need to be doing this. I've seen the last few days, especially, she's been getting a lot of shit for what she's doing. But, I mean, we watch her show a lot. Pretty much every day we watch her show.
Yeah.
Because we like to see all different sides of the news and all different opinions and talking points. So for me, Candace Owens does a great job. I mean, I don't really get the hate she gets. It doesn't really make any sense to me when I'm seeing all of these people come out and slag her off the last few days. It's like, why?
Yeah.
She's just trying to find out what actually happened with this murder.
Yeah.
You know,
a friend of hers, and usually when people are trying to silence somebody, that person is usually the person you need to go and listen to and see what they have to say, because there is a lot of people right now going online and showing that they blocked Candace, as if Candace would notice, no offense, but just in solidarity of blocking her. And it's but you're blocking her for what reason? Just because you don't like what she has to say, or you don't you've been told to block her because you saw somebody else did. I don't know. I guess just use your own judgment. And we're not saying that every single thing that Candace Owens says is right. No one, I don't think you should follow anybody like that, where every single word is truth, but you should never just block out a whole perspective on things.
No, I mean,
and she does go deep into stuff, so I think it's worth listening to.
No, for sure. And that's the trap what we can't fall in. Because for years that's what the left, in quotation marks, used to do to people is, cancel people for platforming somebody else, or you've spoken to somebody who they don't like, so your show's cancelled. Same story with this, in my opinion. And JD Vance was talking the other day about unity. I mean, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, well, he said no unity.
No unity, but I'm saying on the right, in quotation marks, there's hardly any from what I've seen. There's so many divisions and fractures and people, trying to cancel each other on the right as well. It's very weird to see. So for me, we should be looking at all sides of this story, because it's not an open and shut case.
Yeah,
this. Tyler Robinson hasn't even confessed to the crime yet.
Yeah.
He's denied the crime. So he's not actually been convicted of any crime yet. So this is still an open, ongoing investigation.
Yeah.
And like we said at the start of the show, there's a lot of things which do not make sense whatsoever. A few days ago, we brought up the text exchange, which was released by the FBI, which we brought up on the show, and we read out the exchange.
And right away, what did we say? That it
was
seemed
fake.
Like it was completely fake.
It seemed fake as hell.
And not an actual exchange between two 20-somethings. I guess online as well, there's been a lot of like Gen Zers saying like, I don't like, we don't have TikTok, but I forget, or wasn't it on Ian Carroll's show where he brought some up where like Gen Zs are like kind of like making fun of that script. They're like, yes, please meet me at my vehicle. And like, but like, that's not how people talk. I mean, has anybody actually called their car a vehicle?
No.
I'd love to know. If you have, leave it in the chat.
Yeah.
Because I know I've never called one, and I've been driving for over half my life.
Nobody talks like that.
It's just like all these like little things.
But the big thing about that text exchange was there's no dates, there's no timestamps. So you don't even know, you can't even verify the messages. Again, we're just expected to believe this, and this is the same shit we've been dealing with forever.
Yeah,
we're told the official story, and 99 times out of 100, it's complete rubbish.
Yeah.
And since when are we believing the FBI all of a sudden?
Yeah,
right? Like,
because I mean, what happened the same day that Charlie Kirk died? They also sealed the Epstein files. Like, no big deal, sweep it under the rug. Apparently Epstein didn't traffic any girls, so all those victims are, I guess, just delusional or lying because he trafficked no one.
Yeah, and Ghislaine Maxwell's in prison for nothing, apparently. So
just for a vacation.
Yeah.
It's just, and if that's the case, then why was Epstein even arrested? What did he do? If he didn't traffic any, like, this is the thing, they want us to all forget, and they want us to just believe the narrative, and they want people to not even notice that they're doing this, but it's insane. And people who pay attention are going to notice and are going to want answers. No matter what the narrative is officially, there's always more behind the story. Like, there's always more to the story that meets the eye, and we're not stupid.
For sure. So we've got Blue Chicken in the chat. Nice to see you, Blue Chicken.
Good to see you, Blue Chicken. I can't believe the kid is such an expert shot over such a long distance. Exactly.
A lot of things don't make sense, Blue Chicken.
A lot of things don't add up or make sense. And so we're going to continue to deep dive into it.
Yeah, we probably can't talk about all of the stuff that we've seen for the past week, but we'll probably do a second show tomorrow.
Yeah.
And probably just keep talking about it because I think it deserves the attention because clearly there's more to this story than what we're being told. So I want the truth. I know you want the truth. I know you guys want the truth. So why can't we explore it?
I think the public deserves the truth.
Yeah.
And like, people should know what actually happened. And yeah, there's a lot of weird things and synchronicities, and just it goes really deep, a lot deeper than, even when you look back at our show last week, like we like a lot of people before you even had much information just thought, yeah, Tyler's the killer. He had a trans boyfriend or whatever, and that was like case closed. But there's a lot more to the story and a lot of things that just don't add up or make sense, that little narrative is starting to crumble, like, because the truth prevails. So obviously if that's not the truth, then there's going to have a lot of cracks to the story.
For sure. Anyway, so let's share our screen and we'll get into some of the clips and talking points, and we'll obviously give you our thoughts about it as well. So this one was coming in from Candace Owens. So she's been talking about this pretty much every day since it happened, and rightly so. She's been trying to investigate this. She's, her show's massive. She gets tips sent in from people.
She gets a lot of tips.
She gets a lot of tips from people who are boots on the ground, who were there and have seen things, and people who watch the show. So she's been getting right into this. So this was, I think, a couple of days ago now. When was this? Like a few days ago. So this was the photo which she released of Tyler Robinson in Dairy Queen, which was apparently hours after Charlie Kirk was murdered.
6:38.
At 6:38. Now,
allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly. Now it's not, it's not officially confirmed, but it's interesting to us. So let's play the clip in case you haven't seen it.
This is what happened. Something made its way around the entire town and into my tips line repeatedly. It is a very clear image of Tyler Robinson, allegedly taken, I'll say allegedly for safety here, but it's looking right according to my timeline, allegedly taken at 6:38 p.m. at a nearby Dairy Queen. Here is that photo that we can show you. Just take a look at this photo. What is wrong with this picture? A lot is wrong with this picture. First and foremost, 6:38 p.m., you just shot someone. You have gone through great pains to hide your face, to change your outfit. But wait, you didn't fully change your outfit, did you? I'm looking at this photo, and you're wearing jeans and you're wearing the maroon shirt. Now we have a 50-50 combo of the outfits. And now you're showing your eyes and you're not fearful at all that you might be recognized. Also, wow, you must have quite the stomach. You don't have a record. Next thing you know, you shoot someone and you're like, I'm just going to go have a meal. You don't seem to be too shaken or too upset. Something problematic is the location, by the way. We mapped this out. It's about 15 minutes away from the campus at a time when we're told that he's idling by, babysitting the rifle. So you can see, we're showing you, it's about a 17-minute drive away from the campus. So there should be a lot of footage then of this Dodge Challenger driving back and forth. Okay. And like I said, the biggest thing that jumps at me is he looks kind of content there. So he's got to be a full-blown psychopath, wearing half of what the feds told us he was wearing in the morning and half of what the feds told us that he was wearing during the shooting. Okay, so why did he text in this exchange at all and say that he changed outfits? When you just said, I changed my t-shirt, if that's the reality, you just changed your t-shirt and that was enough? Was it just a t-shirt that he changed? The outfit, again, as I sensed yesterday, has always been problematic. I feel the outfit was the Fed mistake. It never made any sense to say that he wore an outfit onto campus, light khaki shorts and a maroon shirt, and then decided to completely change hours later. Because why wouldn't you just...
Is that what he was supposedly wearing, was shorts and a t-shirt?
No, because we've seen the clip of him.
Yeah.
Apparently it's him walking or running along the building.
Wearing black.
And he's got black jeans on. And sorry, he's got jeans and like a t-shirt, like a top on. Not shorts. Definitely not shorts.
Definitely not shorts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Change the t-shirt. That actually makes more sense. Every kid wears blue jeans. You don't have to like change blue jeans or change out of khaki shorts to avoid detection. That's not going to go, hey, we're stopping you because you're wearing blue jeans. That's not a thing. It would make much more sense if he had just changed his t-shirts.
Yes, what's like your thoughts on that? Because
I didn't even know that part of the narrative was that he was wearing khaki shorts. That's not been in any of the footage that we've seen, which we've seen a lot of footage. So that's weird. But again, like not in this clip, obviously, but about that picture, which I think is in this, right? So people were saying, yeah, but it has a Superman poster, which that came out in like July or something. But then the other poster here is of a new promotion. So Dating It Current, that is it's like maple shake or something offered at Dairy Queen, and that's a new promotion. So this is why this photo is a bit more credible, but obviously not officially confirmed. But it doesn't add up because this promotion only started, I think, August 31st or September 1st. So it is bringing it back to current and not in July. But I mean, this doesn't look like a guy who's just shot somebody who is texting his boyfriend saying that he's terrified of what's going on and has to pick up his gun. But, ooh, I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to go grab like some ice cream and like something to eat. Like, it doesn't add up whatsoever if this is from the same day. Like, and also, like, wouldn't you try to use the drive-through? Like, I mean, hide your face a little better than that. He doesn't look like he's afraid to be caught at all. But that is against those text message exchanges.
Yeah.
Completely, where he is like worried about his gun and what his dad's gonna think, and like, I just want to keep you safe, my love, and like blah blah blah. Like all of that does not add up with this photo. So what do you make of that?
I don't know what to make of it, because it's not officially confirmed that this happened at the time what Candace Owens is saying it did.
Mm-hmm.
She said allegedly. That's what she said, allegedly. So she's not saying it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, how many times have you seen a promotion for a movie which is months after?
Oh yeah,
loads of times.
and like a local dick
So-
being like, they don't care.
Yeah, so for people to like kind of debunk this straight away and say, okay, that Superman movie came out weeks or months before this event happened, that doesn't disprove anything to me, because I've seen it loads of times where a movie's come out months before and I'm still seeing the posters, I'm still seeing the adverts.
Yeah, that's why this
So,
poster
Yeah,
is what helps the credibility, is because of that promotion of the new maple like shaker, whatever it is. That's the only reason that people aren't dismissing it right away, because if it was just the Superman, yeah, it could be a lot like more easily dismissed, but that maple right there, it kind of brings it back into relevance.
yeah, for sure. Good to see you, George.
Good to see you, George.
Good
Hope
to
you're
see ya.
doing well. But yeah, so it's
To me, it's not
interesting.
conclusive.
It's not conclusive.
That isn't conclusive.
We just thought it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because it is relevant, and I mean, I don't know what this is.
That's Luigi Mangione.
Oh, right. Anyway, oh,
What's that? Is this legit? What is it?
no,
No, it's bullshit.
somebody
Yeah, it's
like
bullshit.
renamed a contact
Yeah.
and oh my god.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Anyway, so Candace is getting into some of the hidden footage that she
I'm just gonna get my glasses.
okay, I think they're upstairs.
Okay, keep talking.
Okay. Oh, there goes my lighting. Anyway, so anyway, in this clip, Candace is talking about some hidden footage. So there's a clip where there's like these guys and they're taking the cameras down, one that was behind Charlie and one that was on his side. And people are wondering, what's going on there? Who are these people? Why are they taking the camera down? So it looks like they're taking the SD cards out. What's the reason? Who are they? Are they trying to take the footage? Are they trying to hide the footage? And so Candace actually got in contact with the guy who was the one taking down, because he was part of TPUSA. So this we found really interesting and want to play it as well.
It's after Charlie Kirk is shot. There are two men that look rather mysterious. They appear, they move his chair, and they take down the camera that's directly or was directly behind his head. Why did they do that? You can see, slowed down here, he pulls out the chair. He stands up.
Again, this is an active crime scene. So the fact that they're even doing any kind of manipulation, moving, like in a regular crime scene, this would all be taped off and no one would be able to touch it.
Yeah.
That's also what's really wild. And the next day or 2 days or 3 days later, they're repaving the roof, like they're repaving the area where Charlie was sitting, like all these things that you would never do with an active crime scene and in an open investigation. That's like tampering with evidence. So it's really strange anyway, but
on it. And yes, that would be a big no-no for a crime scene. You don't move anything. Yeah. He takes down the camera that is directly above where Charlie was sitting and would be able to provide, therefore, a lot of insight. And then you can see kind of sits the camera onto the desk, and it looks like he removes the SIM card from it, or the SD card, if you will.
Like pause it. Has this guy actually come out and given? Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said what was this guy's excuse for doing that again?
Well, she's going to talk about
Okay,
it. She
talk
got
about
in. She knew who this guy was. She didn't actually recognize him in the video, but she still had his like phone number because he works at TPUSA.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see.
So I'm going when I saw this footage. Who is that? Like, actually, I should be able to figure this out because I've got a pretty big network at Turning Point USA. I'm the person's wearing shades. I'm not recognizing the individual. And I reach out to somebody on the inside and I'm just like, who's this person? And they tell me the person's name. And I go, oh, wait a second. And I look again. I'm like, I know this person because it's been a few years, but I know this person. This person's been around Turning Point for quite some time. And I'll say this right now. He was extremely forthcoming. Like, as soon as I reached out, I just sent a text because I still had his number. And he was extremely forthcoming, immediately got onto the phone. Then I asked, okay, well, what about this camera thing? Why would you grab the cameras? And he says, because the first thing that I thought is that I better secure the footage and be helpful and hand that footage over to the feds. Well, obviously, that's where things get into a pickle with me because we don't trust the feds. I'm like, just send me the footage. Please let me look at it. There's a lot of conspiracies that are floating around right now. People don't know what to believe. I said, look, I'm not going to publish it. I just want to see it. And I think you should let me see that because people trust me. They know that I'm very serious about this. So in the short run, he agrees that rather than send the footage, he will get onto a FaceTime call with me and he will show me the footage on his computer. He did that and I watched the footage and I'm going to tell you what I saw. First and foremost, there is nothing gory about this shot at all. And so again, I am still going to work with him to get me the footage so that I think it should be shared. There's nothing gory about this footage from the back. The thing that really stood out to me, and I just kept asking him to replay it over and over and over again, is that there's no blood from the back. I'm very confused, not by what I saw, but what I didn't see. Okay. That's pretty much all I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thoughts on that? What she just said there?
Well, I find it really interesting that there's no blood showing from the back of like the camera in the back, which we later find out that the bullet didn't go through, which we will get into. So there's no exit wound, but you would expect there to be with the type of rifle and like the bullets are like this big. Like, how does that not go through you? So it's really interesting that there's no blood. There's been other speculations that could only mean that was an exit wound. So somebody possibly shot him from behind, and that's why the blood is spewing that way. Because when it's entering, I guess because of the pressure, it wouldn't actually be like spewing blood. It would be from the back. Like there's a lot of people, and obviously a lot of people commenting that that use these guns for hunting, that they say like with that kind of gun, you could take out like 2 deer in a row with 1 bullet. So it's just hard to believe then that it didn't go through and then that there's no blood in that footage directly behind him. So I don't really know what to make of it. I obviously don't have a gun or I've only been to a shooting range once in my life.
You're pretty good.
I was actually really good.
Actually pretty good.
I did better than you did.
You were.
Yeah, we calculated the points.
Yeah.
But yeah, beginner's luck, I guess. But yeah, so like obviously we're not gun experts, but when other people are clearly gun experts and they use these types of rifles all the time for hunting, they know what they're talking about, and you can just tell because me trying to explain it versus somebody who actually knows and handles these guns is like night and day. So to me, it just adds to the confusion and it just creates more cracks in the story, like we were saying before. So it's like, I don't really know what to believe if that is what would happen. And you could shoot 2 deer in a row if you line them up and the bullet would go through both of them. How did it not exit Charlie and even maybe create damage in like the back, like canvas or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, from the stuff I've seen about it and the stuff I've heard people talk about who are who have been in like the army or something, and they know about these rifles and what they can do. They've said that, I mean, most of the time or every time, it would actually kill someone behind him.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it would, there's people there's people who have seen who use these rifles to hunt, for example, and they can shoot 2 deer with 1 bullet just straight through both of them. So it's very strange how apparently it just got lodged under his skin to me. That's the official kind of story with this.
Oh, actually, remember we
Right?
saw that video where it just reminded me because we saw it this morning, but a guy used that gun and he shot a bullet through concrete and it went through 3 walls of concrete.
Yeah, we saw that this morning.
Yeah, I just remembered about it. 3 walls of concrete, no problem, but yet doesn't exit Charlie. It doesn't make sense, which could only possibly indicate that wasn't the gun that killed him. Like that wasn't the type of gun that killed him. That's what it says to me, because if it can blow through concrete, it could go through several deers or elks in one shot, then how would it not easily go through a human? Like it doesn't make sense. No, we're not saying he wasn't shot. Of course, he was shot. It's just that's probably not the gun that was used, because it just doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't make sense. How can you blow through concrete, 3 walls of it, and not be able to penetrate human skin, like compared to concrete? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to us. Again, not an expert, but if it like you can also understand the basics without having to be a gun expert. That doesn't line up.
The miracle bullet. This is what you're talking about, right?
The miracle bullet. Yeah.
Shared was a bigger deal than I had imagined by saying that I didn't see any. What I shared was a bigger deal than I had imagined by saying that I didn't see any blood. And that is a fact. I did not see any blood. In fact, the only blood that I did see at all, I'm talking about blood on the back, was on Charlie's hand, on Charlie's left hand. But what I didn't expect thereafter was for the Turning Point USA spokesperson, Andrew Colvett, to issue this statement as people were asking questions like, hey, how is that possible? How was there nothing in the back? If this is the gun that was used? Andrew Colvett tweeted this. I want to address some of the discussion about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm
not sure if kind of someone said it, but Andrew Colbert is the producer for his show, for Charlie Kirk's show, right? For Turning Point.
I think he's USA. Like the co-host and spokesperson.
Yeah, but he's a big part of.
But yeah, he's part of the Charlie Kirk show.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say.
But yeah, I don't think it was mentioned just there.
Not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize that this is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet, quote, absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or 2 down, an elk, etc., end quote. And then now this is Andrew, but it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone, referring to Charlie, was so healthy.
What do you think's more likely, guys, that this was a miracle or it wasn't the gun?
Yeah,
to me, it's obvious that this wasn't the fucking gun.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
Yeah.
Like it just is. It's clear as day. Like you've even got a doctor saying it.
Yeah.
That this should have went through multiple fucking animals. It should have killed somebody else as well. But no, it got lodged in Charlie's skin.
Yeah, but wait till you go on to hear what the rest says.
filthy, and the density was so impressive that he's like the Man of Steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him too. In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable and miraculous. So I think I would like to just respond to what is being said objectively rather than to attack Andrew Colvette's character. That aside, the statement objectively feels to me like the manipulation of a Christian audience, right? They know Charlie's audience is Christian. And therefore, what they're selling to us is you should believe, you're a believer, right? As a Christian, you believe in miracles, right? Like you believe in Christ and the miracles, then you should just believe this. There's something about that I don't like. Yes, the conservative base is filled with Christians, but also the conservative base is filled with a lot of hunters, and they know weapons and they know how weapons work and they know how weapons don't work. And this particular statement to me does not pass the sniff test. Now, again, when I shared that information, I had assumed they were going to say the angle went through this way. I did not imagine they were just going to say that it was a miracle. What I shared was a big...
I mean, to me, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Because I do think that they are playing up the narrative of this. And, they know that people will also be like, wow, it was a miracle because, of his faith in God and what a devout Christian he was. And this is the power, but it's not. They're selling a lie, and they're using tactics to manipulate people and to control people and control the narrative by just saying things like it was a miracle. He was a man of steel. He's not Superman.
Do you not think it's funny though how they quoted, like the guy said man of steel or whatever, but at the end the photo has Man of Steel as the photo, like
had Superman.
The Superman.
Is that not so weird, guys? Like, we did notice this, and when we were reading that quote where he's like, it was like he was a man of steel. I was like, wait, but we had already seen this picture of Tyler, and I was like, so just like that Superman poster in the background, like connect the dots. Like, we say this pretty much every day. But you've got to connect the dots.
It could just be a coincidence, but I will say this: there's a lot of coincidences with this story.
And do you guys really believe in that many coincidences? I don't know. I mean, it is just random, and for that bullet, like this, like at least 2-3 inches long, that just pierces beneath the skin. I mean, that's almost like the whole size. Like, what do you mean it just pierces? It should be blowing through and carrying on after Charlie, whatever's behind him, like it doesn't make sense.
But it's crazy how they expect It's crazy how they expect us to believe that, to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy, honestly.
It really, really does not make sense. I don't know what you guys think. We're not experts, but we're looking at all of this and it just doesn't add up. Like, it doesn't make sense. And we've seen this time and time again with countless murders or assassinations, and we never get the full story. So, of course, you have to be skeptical of what they're putting out publicly and also what they're not talking about publicly, and leaving it up to the public to just kind of, I don't know, become their own little private investigators and try to figure this out.
This is what they want. They they want to there'll be some parts of truth, and then they'll put some bullshit stories in to discredit the actual truth, which is what we always do.
And to confuse people. And then to also prey on people's beliefs.
But I think what Candace Owen was saying there was spot on about the religious side of it, because we even brought this up when we were, because we talk about this stuff behind the scenes as well.
All the time, guys.
And we were on the sofa, maybe we were just having a cup of tea or something, but we were talking about it. And I think it was me who said it. I was like, have you not noticed how they're really playing up the God stuff with this. Like they're really playing it up.
Mhm.
And I get it. Charlie was religious, of course, and that's fine. But
it just feels like
it
they're
just
trying to
it's
manipulate through God.
It's literally that. It's used as like a manipulation tactic.
Yeah.
For this, it
And
really
to sort
is.
of write off a lot of things, like this was part of God's plan. This was a miracle. This was, it's just the narrative that they're trying to like build around it, and it stinks. Like it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel real. And it doesn't feel truthful. It feels like we're being fed a certain narrative that they're trying to push very hard. They want it to be part of the trans community, which our stance about trans people. But if it was not Tyler and it wasn't his trans boyfriend and all this tied into it, like it almost feels like they really want that to be part of it, just to kind of up everything else. Like I don't know.
But at the same time, the media were playing the story on the other side of it, saying that because his parents were Republicans and Donald Trump supporters, the initial thing was he's a MAGA supporter.
Yeah. So they're just confusing.
But this is the thing, that they're trying to divide everybody. Again, this is what they always do, guys. And we can't keep falling into this dumb trap every time. It's all
true.
designed to play us off against each other.
Yeah.
That's what all of this is always about.
Yeah. To create more division, more confusion, more
frustrating
fear. And then what comes with fear is more control.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating, because even in 2025, with the technology we have, with the resources we have, we're still being manipulated just in different ways. And it's, it's really frustrating, and people just want the truth. JFK was a cover-up for sure. It happened before. Exactly.
That comment from Blue Chicken's hilarious.
A lot of experts have analyzed the footage. Yeah.
Not that comment. This was brilliant.
When I was a kid, I thought trans people were into hobby trains.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Chicken.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe choo-choo. But yeah. So we paused it here.
Yeah.
What was this part?
So this is when he's talking about the gun, because people were saying how he assembled the gun from on top of the roof and then deassembled it when he got off the roof, and then assembled it again and left it in the woods. So this is Ian. What's his name? Ian Carroll. He goes into this and lays it all out, and there's some footage here as well.
Yeah. But yeah, think about this, guys. So he brings the rifle, has to assemble it, shoots, has to quickly disassemble it, but also leaves the screwdriver on the roof, or whatever, like the tool to undo the gun, left it on the roof, I'm assuming by accident, gets down, doesn't look like he's even carrying the rifle, but then goes to the forest and assembles it without the tool. So how did he, I guess, a miracle. He assembled it again, left it there in his drop point, got into his vehicle, and then potentially went and got a Dairy Queen because killing people makes him hungry, and then later turns himself in.
And then sends that bogus text exchange to his boyfriend, laying out his whole plan as well.
Yeah, while he's getting a snack at Dairy Queen.
Does this make any sense to you guys?
No.
Like, seriously, it makes zero sense, the official story.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Ludacris in the chat. Good to see you, mate. The footage also speaks to the JFK back and to the left, correct?
Yeah. You don't really break down a bolt action rifle. Only the bolt comes out and an internal spring. Exactly. So, but when we show you guys these clips, like, he's not carrying a rifle and it's not down his pants. He's wearing skinny jeans. Like, you could see the outline of his phone. You would definitely see the outline of a rifle. So where did it go? Like, we'll show you. We'll show you. Because it does not make sense. Something stinks.
asking for the public's help identifying this person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. 1-800-CALL-FBI. And we all remember these photos with the American flag shirt. Pretty grainy. Pretty hard to see what's going on here. No rifle, right? And then at 8 p.m., they put out 4 more photos. The FBI continues to work alongside our law enforcement partners to seek justice in the murder of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University on September 10th. We're releasing additional photos of a person of interest. Information about this developing investigation can be found at blank. So these photos were put out the next day, right? The next night, actually. And we all remember seeing these photos. And again, no one sees a rifle.
You see his
right?
phone,
Like, does he have a
though.
rifle down his pants? Is he like, is that why he had a limp in the video that TMZ put out? Sure looks like he's bending his knees, right? That's his right leg. That's his left leg. 30-06, like a Mauser hunting rifle, is a pretty big gun. Those are pretty skinny jeans. All of the experienced shooters, special forces, all those guys on the internet are having a hard time squaring the theory that he stuffed this rifle down his pants and that it's somehow concealed in these photos. But it gets even better because at 10 p.m., they put out this video. And we all remember seeing where, and as it zooms in, you can see the suspect running on the left side of this structure. Then in a minute, he appears on the right side of the structure running still. 12:23, 48 p.m. He's got something in his hand. And the big question is he carrying a rifle right now? Is this shape that he's putting down as he clambers over the edge, is that
No.
a Mauser hunting rifle?
That is not a rifle.
It looks like a
Look at it.
sweater.
I mean, he'll play more of the footage in a
Yeah.
minute, and it shows you when he's climbing down off the rooftop, whatever he's holding is flopping around like it's like a hoodie or a sweatshirt or something.
Yeah.
It's not a rifle,
It's not a rifle.
but we're told that that is a rifle
Yeah.
by the FBI.
Listen, I'm not the gun expert. I am not the gun guy. That is not a rifle. And a lot of the gun guys, as far as I can tell, all the gun guys agree. That is not a rifle. And as he climbs over and jumps down, you can tell that the rifle's not down his pants
It's a hoodie.
because he would have just split his jeans completely in half
Yeah.
as he landed.
True.
As he picks it up and runs away, is this thing in his hand? Is this a rifle? It looks a lot more like a sweatshirt or maybe his backpack. He actually has to grab his hat with his other hand and put it back on his head. Is it a rifle? I mean, maybe if you aren't familiar with how big this rifle would be. But there's another problem too, where once he clambers, jumps down, picks his shit up, it's not a rifle. And once he runs off over here, there's people all over the place out here, actually. Here, it looks like he's kind of all alone, but like there's people in the parking lot. There's dudes walking by on the street, and he's just carrying a giant rifle concealed in this floppy towel, allegedly. There's cars all over the place. A shot just rang out, a very loud shot. Yeah. So,
I mean, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts, guys, in the chat?
Yeah. What do you guys
I'm
think?
curious as to what you guys think about this, because to me, that does not look like a rifle whatsoever. I'm not a gun expert, but it looked
Yeah.
looked like a hoodie to me, or a sweatshirt, or some sort of, or his bag, like Ian was saying. Doesn't look like a gun,
Nope.
that's for sure.
Really doesn't. It's telling that the accused isn't talking. Yeah, there's another part of this video that we want to
Not that part.
know, but it's
Not that
okay.
part. Was it that
It's
part?
just after.
But just on the fact what you said, Blue Chicken. Apparently he confessed the murder.
Check it because I'm kind of curious to see
Sorry.
what.
Sorry.
So apparently he confessed the murder to his parents, right? That was what we were told in the media. But then he's in police custody and he's denying the murder. What's going on?
Yeah.
You know, like what? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
None of it does. So
Doesn't make any sense at all.
this is like something about the university that we didn't know about, which was really interesting that we want to play from the show as well. Shout out to Erin Carol.
Actually, this was a really
this was a really good video.
This was a really good episode. We'll link it in to like the description of the show.
Yeah.
For you guys to check out, because he goes into a lot of different stuff, which you probably won't have time to go through on the show today. But
here we go. We have a gun owner here, Lord Ludacris. As an owner of firearms, no way you wouldn't see the print or outline of the gun. Exactly.
That's it.
It seems way too big to just be able to conceal. And like you even said before, you can't really break down that type of gun. And especially without the tool that he allegedly left on the roof that they conveniently repaved only a few days later.
I know. Again,
an active crime scene.
They're paving over the evidence
that they
literally
conveniently are repaved over. Why would they do that? Why would the police allow them to do that when it's an active investigation and a crime scene?
Like
it just doesn't make sense.
In any other scenario, that university would be locked down.
Yeah.
While the investigation is ongoing, while they have forensic ballistics teams in the university analyzing everything, taking all of the camera footage.
Technically, even what TPUSA, like those gentlemen that took the cameras and stuff, even that is tampering with evidence. Even though that's their property, it doesn't really matter. It becomes part of the crime scene. So I mean, even in that sense, technically, but yet it's all been fine. Now, what we're going to play next is really interesting with ties to this university. So really interesting.
What we can turn up. Utah State University, CIA, Center for Anticipatory Intelligence. This is the thing that she was showing us. From USU to the CIA and back. Master of Anticipatory Intelligence. Interesting. Leadership team, Center for Anticipatory Intelligence. Wait, what? Reading students' papers on world cultures and politics may seem a long way from writing daily briefs for the president and U.S. Defense Secretary. Jeannie Johnson, a former intelligence and political officer for the State Department and the CIA. Interesting. USU has a lot of assets, Johnson said. Students here get a lot of attention that they wouldn't get elsewhere. That is how I actually got involved with the CIA. Johnson was working as a USU instructor when she caught the eye of Larry Booth, a USU professor and CIA officer. Interesting. So this is hosted on the Utah State University website. And it's essentially CIA propaganda about how great it is to get recruited from USU to go to the CIA. You can get a master's degree of anticipatory intelligence to anticipate and successfully navigate complex emergent security challenges across a wide range of fields and industries. The word security is doing an awful lot of heavy lifting there. That means intelligence agency, Defense Department, military. Security is what that means. USU's Center for Anticipatory Intelligence has led the pioneering effort in the US to establish the academic field of anticipatory intelligence, a multi-domain approach to anticipating threats and opportunities emerging from the world's increasingly complex security environment. What it's saying is this program at USU, where Tyler went to school for his first semester, is specifically known for leading the way in revolutionizing the educational field of preparing CIA operatives. There's another article about Jeannie Johnson.
Yeah. And apparently in high school, Tyler had like a 4.0 GPA, and on his SAT, Like we don't have them in Canada, but I think it was like 34 of 36 or something. So it sounds like he basically got everything correct. So a very smart kid, but then dropped out after a semester, which again is just really interesting. And then the ties with the CIA. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things.
Lots of weird connections, lots of weird coincidences.
We're not saying all these dots connect, but it is very weird and very interesting.
The most key part of what he's talked about there is the gun, because if that isn't a gun, the whole case falls apart.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And guys, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but you've seen the footage like I have. What do you think that was? I mean, Lord Ludacris doesn't agree, and he's
the owner of firearms.
He's the owner of guns.
Yeah, has personal experience.
I don't own any guns, but I've also got eyes and a brain. And
exactly.
To me, it's obvious that wasn't a gun.
That's not a gun.
It's obvious that
it looks like a sweatshirt. It's all flopping around. Yeah. What kind of gun flops around? Even the water guns don't do that.
And also, I'll get to your point in a second, Blue Chicken. But what people aren't, I think Ian Carroll does mention it in this show we watched, but we haven't brought up the clip. But we haven't seen all of the footage. Like, we've got footage of Tyler going across the roof, and the camera can apparently see all of the roof. So why aren't we seeing him in a prone position taking the shot of the gun?
And that was recording well before the time he's running.
So,
but they only released the part of him running.
There's no actual evidence which we've seen of him committing any crime.
Mm-hmm.
None. We don't have any proof whatsoever. And we also don't have a confession from Tyler yet.
And if that Dairy Queen picture does check out, then I mean, so that was at 12:30. So for another few hours until 6:30, he goes and grabs a meal, but all while he's texting his boyfriend, waiting to be able to pick up his gun, scared and, feeling worried also that, his dad will be mad that he didn't have the gun because it was a gift and blah, 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 and needs to be near that point in his vehicle. And
at 0800 hours.
At 0800 hours, but he's feeling hungry, so he's got to eat. All of this doesn't make sense.
And apparently he's just committed this murder, but he's got his face shown in front.
Yeah, he's not even worried. You saw the picture.
He's really careful in the text exchange to there's squad cars around, so I can't do this and that,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got to be really careful about where I hide anything. But if that photo's legit, he's went to Dairy Queen and shown his face, and he's out in public like nothing's happened. It's very weird. It's very weird.
Really, really.
Anyway,
really
let's get
strange.
to this point from Blue Chicken. So the police failed to secure the scene, but if it's a car accident, there is a police tape everywhere and an exclusion zone till they're done. Yeah, exactly. But did we see any of that at this university? No, we didn't see anything. The only thing we've seen is TP USA taking some of the
SD cards
footage
out.
We've seen a few days ago that builders have actually come into the university and paved over
the crime scene.
The crime scene. They've literally paved over the crime scene. How is that even allowed to happen for a start?
How is it allowed? And does it even make sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
As soon as you learn and understand what crime scenes are, you already know, and you've seen enough in real life on TV and movies, got the yellow tape around, no one allowed to enter. Otherwise, you're tampering with evidence. Don't move anything. It doesn't make sense. And so, if it really is so hard to try to make sense of this, then something's not adding up. And this is where we're at. And we're looking at everything. And, we're also just using our brains and our eyes to see what's in front of us. And you can't believe everything that they're telling you.
I don't believe any of this.
This is a narrative that they're feeding you. But when you're actually looking at this evidence and you're looking at the footage and just the lack of a rifle and that text exchange, which like last week or even longer, like we were saying, this sounds scripted. It sounds fake. It doesn't sound like two 20-somethings talking to each other. Even the terminology they're using is very like military almost. Like, I have my drop point, 0800 hours, my vehicle, like giving like a time and like a place, where the gun is.
It had everything.
Talking about his MAGA dad.
It had
like
every detail mapped out.
Everything. Like it's BS, and we're not buying it, and a lot of people online are not buying it. We've read a lot of comments from people because just out of curiosity, like what do people think like when they're seeing this? And a lot of people are saying this is BS and this is not what the truth is, and there's a lot more to the story, and we're going to keep digging and probably do a lot more shows about this because it does not make sense. And we deserve the truth, and like the public deserves the truth. And anyone who thinks otherwise, like I don't understand. Like, you should want the truth at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen a lot of comments. There's people who are trying to cancel people who are asking questions.
True. Good to see you, Tomax. You've just perfectly described capitalism. Yeah.
It's a good comment.
Good to see you, Cloudy.
Cloudy's back.
Yeah, we started doing our shows just over like a week and a half now. Yeah, we're going live 6 days a week, 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, you're back. We've been good though. We got married. We took some extended time off, and now we're back full throttle. But yeah,
I mean, it was this Charlie Kirk news what brought us back into this, to be honest, because we just felt we had to talk about it and
and we just
and discuss it with you guys, because I think it's been a weird. I mean, how long has it been now? 10 days, 2 weeks now.
Died on the 10th.
Roughly.
I don't even know what's the date today. 23rd.
Yeah, but it feels
13
like
days ago.
It feels like we've all kind of been through this major event together. It feels like this is like our generation's JFK. I guess you could say.
That's true. Actually, that's a good way to put it.
And that's what it feels like to us. So it's been good, to do the shows again. It's been good to interact with you guys. I mean, we've seen some people who, we used to interact with when we first started doing YouTube years ago, who were stuck by the show. So it's been really nice.
We do appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's been really nice to see like all these old faces and
some new faces.
And some new faces, of course. But it's been good to chat with you all the last week. And thanks so much for sticking by us. And we'll keep going for sure.
Yeah, we're not going to disappear again. But 6 days a week.
But we just want to figure this stuff out, and I think but we need to keep talking, instead of dividing, we need to keep talking and figuring this stuff out.
Yeah, this is a good comment from MJ. Good to see you. A lot of things don't seem to add up, but my first question is, why would either side want to set this up?
Good question, MJ.
It's a good question.
I mean,
we have some theories behind the scenes.
We have some theories of which like we're working on, but
yeah,
I mean, the main thing I'm seeing right now, I'm trying to look at the evidence or the lack thereof, and as we've played you, I mean, we haven't played you all the stuff which we've
got a lot of stuff pocketed away for
but there's like a lot of stuff we haven't brought up on the show tonight. There's a lot which doesn't add up to me, and especially the big one like we went through before with Tyler on the roof, and apparently he was holding a gun. We've all got eyes, we've all got ears, we've all got a brain. Anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together can see, but that was not a gun. So if that's not a gun, then what the fuck is going on, and what are we being lied about? Why the big question is, why are we being lied to? Because clearly we are.
Yeah.
With this story, we're not being told the official story,
and a lot of it's been happening.
We're not being told the official story.
A lot has been happening since his death. Like the same day, like we mentioned before, they sealed the Epstein files. Obviously, I guess that's a coincidence. And now they're saying that Epstein didn't traffic girls. I mean, I don't know where that's coming from, because if he didn't traffic anybody, why did he even go to jail? Why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail? And what about all the victims who have come out, who have evidence, who've spoken out about this, and who, you know, still have to kind of deal with this today? I mean, like there's a lot of weird things, you know. And then since this has come out with Pam Bondi trying to implement the hate speech, we went through that on the show last week. I don't know, like we're trying to make sense of things, and you know, as we piece things together, like we'll bring more up on the show. But I think that that's a question that a lot of people need to ask. So MJ, that's a really great comment. I think more people need to think about that. What else could be going on that add, like, I don't know, that gives some context or perspective of what this happened, what happened when JFK was shot, you know, like go back in history, because apparently history is repeating itself. Not comparing him to JFK, but it's similar situations.
Well, what the usual answer to your question, MJ, would be money.
Oh yeah, follow the money.
So that's what we need to do with this, I think, is follow the money. Because there's a lot of money involved with this TPUSA, and a lot of powerful people who are now involved with this with this organization. It's not what it was before Charlie Kirk was killed. It wasn't the organization it is now. It's grown into something massive.
Yeah.
And also, this is a side point. It doesn't really bring much to the story, I guess, and what we've talked about today, but just the name Turning Point. I can't get past that name.
I know.
And
this is a turning point.
Yeah, like what's going on, the synchronicities, the coincidences, and then on top of that, you've got the name of his organization, literally called Turning Point.
Yeah,
it's very little strange. Did he know what strange. It's like very strange.
18-year-old Charlie Kirk had no idea what was coming with this. I mean, he probably had hopes and dreams of what it would become, and uniting Americans and helping the youth. But I mean, I don't think he could have imagined all of this. I mean, it's insane, you know? So yeah, we keep asking this question to each other, to ourselves. What
99 times out of 100, it's always the money. So,
but yeah, follow money.
It's always money.
What we've said in the past is like money, power, control. They all link together. So you do just kind of have to follow that as well. Still here, need return at some point. Yep, we're back.
Thanks,
They need a fall guy to pretend they are on top of it. Exactly. They need a patsy.
It's always got to be a fall guy.
Yep. His wife whispering in a microphone was a little creepy to me. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Erica. Sorry. I thought you meant me. Like, what? Sorry. It's been a long day. His wife, yeah. We do have some thoughts. Yeah, we'll bring it up on another show.
It's not the right time.
It's not the right time. But we have thoughts and opinions on a lot of things and a lot of people. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just keep our eyes open.
Yeah, 40 trafficking victims, but not enough evidence. No, of course. You know, what happened to, we have tens of thousands of hours of footage, you know, really disgusting, disturbing stuff. But no, actually, Epstein, you know, he didn't traffic anybody.
Yeah.
What's the footage of? Like the lies and the manipulation and just the assumption that the people will just forget and move on and go to the next little story. Like, people are not going to forget about Epstein, and it pisses me off. It's true.
She's on fire tonight. On fire tonight.
It's
Love it.
true.
Love it.
It's true, because it's gaslighting the public.
Yeah, it pisses me off too.
It's just saying,
I hate being lied to on a daily fucking basis, man.
You know, how many times do I say I hate lies?
And it feels like
I hate lies.
Yeah, and it feels like every day we're just fed like just bullshit. Just open your mouths, guys. Just shovel it in.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
You know, and this Charlie Kirk thing is exactly the same stuff. We're just being fed bullshit story after bullshit story and told to literally just ignore stuff like we've just shown you, like with the footage about the gun, which clearly isn't a gun, but we're told to believe that that is a gun.
That is,
and we're told to believe that text exchange was legit.
You know.
And we're told to not, to just ignore the fact that people are taking footage away from an active crime scene. We're also told to ignore the fact that within a couple of days after someone was murdered, builders are coming in and paving over the actual crime scene. This isn't normal stuff. But yet, whoever asks questions about it, like Candace Owens, she gets cancelled.
Yeah.
Effectively.
People start sharing pictures around. Yeah. I blocked her too.
For asking legitimate, fair, and important questions.
Yeah.
About a major event. It's really
ridiculous.
Weird. It's really weird. It's really weird.
So when you see that people are saying to cancel somebody because of their thoughts and opinions, check that person out. And, we like Candace Owens. We've watched her videos for a long time now. But, as soon as I'm seeing people saying to block her and, oh, she's saying this, that one on PBD podcast, the chairman of TPUSA saying how Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk haven't been friends for years. He really distanced himself, blah, blah, blah. And then Candace Owens with the receipts. Last year, she did a tour with Charlie. Last year, 2024, it's on the TPUSA website. And text exchanges that she has, like her personal phone number, his personal phone number. And what else? There was something else. In the summer that she played a clip today on her show of Charlie Kirk. Like, he got asked a question about Candace Owens and if they're still friends. And this was in August. And he's like, yeah. And anybody telling me not to be friends with somebody, I'm not going to listen to that. Yeah, we don't agree on everything, but she's a friend to me and I respect her work, blah, blah, blah. So again, it just kind of shuts down that narrative. But for some reason, it's being pushed so hard that, their friendship was strained. And that's only like a month ago. That was just this August.
Do you know why? Do you know why that is? Because clearly
she's poking the bear.
Clearly she's asking the right fucking questions.
Yeah, she's poking the bear.
Clearly.
She's touching some nerves that people don't want. Like, people don't want her looking into things. And sorry, but she's definitely going to.
Anyway, guys, we'll leave it there. Okay,
we'll just finish the comments up. Kirk assassination was effed up. Kind of summarizes the state of the world. He was offed by someone high up that didn't want his ideology in the political game. All kinds of nice bloke, really, as well. Yeah, the more you watch Charlie Kirk, like, I
love it when someone uses the C word.
I know.
By the way, Cloudy, it's one of the favorites.
We're not censored here. So much has happened since you were last on YouTube, hasn't it? Crazy. Yeah, but we've always kept up with it. That's the thing. We did take a break from putting ourselves out there and just kind of focused on planning the wedding and like just life and stuff. But we can't get enough of this stuff. We keep track of it all. Absolutely all about the money. Have you seen that South American alien life form in the safe video that's been floating around? No,
but I want to see it.
No.
I want to see it.
But bring on the aliens, guys. I mean, how much more effed up can the world get at this point?
I would love it. If the aliens came, I'd love it.
That'd be the cherry on the sundae, that's for sure. Welcome back and looking forward to hearing more. Would love to hear your thoughts on Virginia Giuffre. Who killed herself.
Who killed herself?
Yeah. I don't believe it.
I don't believe that.
That's my initial take on it. But yeah, we can definitely talk more. I think we need to do some Epstein episodes as well. Because there's been so much that's happened and kind of gone off the radar because of all this stuff with Charlie Kirk, which of course in fairness, but there's a lot of things about the Epstein files and what's going on and what we're being told. Ghislaine Maxwell being transferred to like a low security prison,
a convicted sex offender.
Like all these things, like we can get into all of it, but yeah, I don't believe Virginia killed herself whatsoever.
Yeah. But anyway, guys.
But so make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll be bringing all that to you. Like the show, leave a comment after, it helps our algorithm. Follow us on X. I linked the post, our page.
Yeah, link this.
I'm gonna link this in the
in.
description as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
this Ian Carroll's video. You guys should watch the whole thing. Like, it was really good. We watched it this morning with coffee.
Really
what a way to start the day, in my opinion. Yeah, we really enjoyed that. And Candace Owens, like, catch up on some of her videos. You know, she is really trying to investigate this stuff, and she gets a lot of tips, like, because she has an email, like, tips@candaceowens.com, and honestly, there's a lot of people who send her some really interesting information. So yeah.
But anyway, guys, we'll leave it there.
Oh, maybe one day.
Yeah.
It takes time.
I mean, to me, it's not about the views and stuff. It's just about getting ourselves out there, you know, being with you guys. That's the main thing. Because, you know, we're working all day, and the highlight of my day is coming home and doing this show.
100%. Like, we live and breathe wanting to do this show. So yeah, so Monday to Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you turn on notifications, but that's when we go live. So you know, we just love doing the show, and yeah, we love interacting with people. So, like, you guys bringing in your thoughts and opinions and your comments, like, we love it, because that's what it's all about. So
absolutely,
yeah. We'll
anyway,
see you
guys,
tomorrow.
We'll leave it there. I think I've said we'll leave it there about 10 times in the last two minutes, but we actually are going to leave it.
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna cut the stream. The stream. All right.
So we'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, and hope everybody has a good night.
Absolutely. Take it easy.
Take it easy.